Welcome to Unveiled, the HPD podcast where we dive into the world of policing. I'm your host, Corporal Sean Stallnaker, and today I have Patricia LaCore, Senior Office Specialist, and Officer Louis LaCore. So, first, let me welcome y'all to the HPD podcast. How are y'all doing today?
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
So this episode is going to air probably during the Valentine's Day holiday. So we thought what better way than to have an HPD couple participate. So we're going to go ahead and get this started by, when did you two meet and how long have y'all been married?
So we met in 2017.
Do you know that, or you just checking to see if he knows?
Yeah, I'm checking to see if he knows, because sometimes.
Gotcha. That's what.
Oh, I know.
All right.
I hope you do. 2017, we met at church actually.
Okay.
And we actually just celebrated our 7th anniversary last November.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
So how long have y'all been married, Louis?
7 years.
Good answer. Way to go. Good answer. So what did you do before, because you haven't always been a police officer, so what did you do before you became a police officer?
So before I became a police officer, I served 9 years in the U.S. Army, combat arms, field artillery.
Okay.
I'm also a licensed HVAC tech.
Good to know.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just prior to coming on to HPD, I was a SSO at Kickertan High School.
Okay. All right. And then you also work for the police department. What did you do before you came?
Well, I've always had a background in healthcare, but I'm a writer. My love is writing. So that's what I was doing. I was working on my book. I was working on my blog. But like I said, I've always been in healthcare, so nursing and things of that nature. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So once he got out of the military and decided he was going to become a police officer, what did you think when he decided to do that?
Oof. So I actually encouraged him to apply because after we've had several conversations where he wasn't fulfilled in what he was doing, and so of course I encouraged him to apply because what spouse wouldn't want their spouse to, why wouldn't you want your spouse to be doing something that they love? Mm-hmm. So I encouraged him to apply without knowing everything that it entailed. Mm-hmm. So once he started the academy, then the feelings of worry, concern came. I wondered how it would impact us, like our children. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of concern, a lot of fear. But I think that came from not being able to answer the questions that I had.
Right.
Him not being able to answer the questions that I had, and so it was a lot to work through at first. It was.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
but I don't regret it though. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So because we're glad to have him. So what are some of the things that you know now, right? Mm-hmm. Being the wife of a police officer that maybe you wish you had known before he decided to become? I
wish I knew that when the shift ends, that the job doesn't. He kind of carried, there was, I wasn't aware or didn't know anything about the hypervigilance of the job. Mm-hmm. I wish I knew that he seemed on all the time. The awareness that he has of the surroundings, and he had it before, but it was heightened.
Okay.
I wish I knew how flexible I would have to be, and how our schedule, like even our day-to-day life, would change because of the career.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was an adjustment.
So how did she do adjusting there, Louis? Tell us.
Oh, she's great. She's great at adjusting.
Oh, she did great. She's wonderful.
She's great at adjusting.
That was not scripted at all. I didn't pay him to say that.
You didn't?
Nope.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's still, a work in progress to find that balance because, day to day things change. Mm-hmm. So we're constantly learning how to adjust on the fly.
Okay. Yeah. And that's always going to be the case, I think, because from day to day, everything you never know what you're going to face every day. Yeah. So I think that's going to be the case throughout your entire career.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I just wanted to. Did he answer your question for you? How did I do with the adjusting?
He didn't. He just said you
Okay.
were great. So I,
Okay. Oh, that was it. You just wanted to sum it up with the. I'll take that.
But you did great though.
Thank you. You did too. You did too.
So how did life change when he became a police officer? Because you were in the military before. So when he became a police officer, how did things change as far as the household and stuff like that?
It definitely felt like where before he was a police officer, I felt like we were reading from the same book, and then after I was like, we're not even in the same library.
Okay.
It was just different. I felt like I was maintaining two different households sometimes.
Okay.
And adjusting, especially on the long week, short week. I love the short week, but on those short weeks, me and the kids had to adjust to him being there. Where last week he wasn't there, so we kind of moved how we wanted to move, and I didn't have to, quiet the kids down because the dad was trying to sleep, and so it felt different because I wasn't used to him being there all the time. Dinner was a lonely time, but we got through it now. Just adjusting our schedules.
I got you.
Yeah, the kids had a lot of questions, so kind of reassuring them that it wasn't going to always be the way it was. It wasn't bad, but it was just a major adjustment for our time. How we celebrate holidays had to shift.
Right.
Yeah. And our communication shifted.
Yeah.
Having to put conversations on hold. Maybe not getting back to them. It was just.
So who's the better communicator between the two? You just gonna go to her for everything, aren't you?
Nah, she is.
Okay.
With the help of the profession, I'm learning to be a better communicator.
Okay.
Especially with being more self-aware of myself. Because without self-awareness of oneself, you can't really actively communicate.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm an author. I'm a wordsy person. I like the details. He's like a meat and potatoes. I want everything.
Right.
He's like just give me the steak.
Okay.
No, I want the steak, the gravy, the grilled onions. I want it all. And so our communication it's gotten better.
Yeah.
But I am the better communicator. He doesn't lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes just doing the job, we go to these complaints and we go to different situations. Some are bad, some involve kids, some homicide scenes, stuff like that. And sometimes I think people don't understand that we have to respond to those things and then immediately go handle something else, right?
Yeah.
So I think some officers, it affects them a little bit more than others. And I think sometimes maybe some officers take that stuff home with them.
Yeah.
Have you two experienced that with him?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the hardest ones were the children.
Okay. Because most of us have kids ourselves.
Yeah.
So those tend to hit us the hardest, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. How do y'all manage to work through that stuff?
Talk.
Okay.
I know that myself, if I'm gonna have a reaction, I might call her before I get to the call. Almost like a pep talk, like you can get through that, and I'll go and I'll do what I have to do, and then later on that evening, we'll talk about it, not in grave detail, but enough to know that it's not just staying with me. I am talking it over with Trish, and we're getting me to a balance to where it doesn't come out in an unhealthy way.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I appreciate it because that's a part of the support. If you come home, when I talked to you this morning, you're fine.
Right.
Of course you don't know what call you'll be dispatched to. So it's a part of the support for me. If I understand, I might be a little more reserved or he might be quiet, I can tell the kids like, oh, Dad had a rough day, so he might not be in the mood to play right now or watch certain things. And we might have to watch something more lighthearted because of whatever he's seeing. Again, not in grave detail, but him communicating back with me, hey, you know, I might be going to, I don't know what I'm going to see, but I'm just letting you know so that, you know, if I seem a little off or if I'm a little more quiet, it's not you, it's not the kid, it's what I'm processing.
Right.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
So communication is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Communication.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Communication.
So what
Absolutely.
happens? And you're the better communicator.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So sometimes do you find yourself having to force him to talk about stuff though?
Yes. It's like, give me the information, and he's like, I don't want to give it to you, and being transparent, that's been one of our struggles. Like getting him to release what he's holding on to. And so I'm a pusher a little bit.
Okay.
And he's like, and so I've learned to give him that time to process, because maybe he can't put it into words. But when he can, he always comes back. So yeah, I've had to pull some stuff that he's held onto for a long period of time, especially when, you know, the kids are like, "Oh, Dad's not responding to me." I'm like, "It's not you. I mean, everything is here."
So
sometimes.
how old are they? Because I didn't even ask. Y'all keep talking about the kids. I'm like, so how old are the kids?
Need a drum roll. No.
Nazir is 25. Michaela's 23. Sanaa India is 23. Sekou is 20. Ja'Cory is 19. Nia is 16. And Simeon is 5.
So when you said kids, I'm
I was
thinking,
waiting for that.
I'm like, maybe I should have started with how many kids, right? Okay, so we ain't kidding. We got kids over here.
yeah,
Okay, all right. So what I find interesting about like just doing law enforcement work is with the young generation. So your kids that are in the 20s and stuff. What is their opinion of police officers? What do they? Because you're a dad, so they're gonna look at you a little bit different than they may look at another police officer. Because I've had that issue with my oldest is 27, so the way she looks at police versus how she looks at me directly is a little bit different. So how do they look at police and you being a police officer? How do they handle that? Because we're in a time where a lot of young adults ain't big fans of the police.
So, you know, gratefully, all our children are open-minded.
Okay.
We have some that, you know, are even thinking about going into the profession.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I tell them, go ahead. You know, you're young. I started at a much later time.
Right.
But them being young, I tell them, you know, if that's something that you want to do, then I support it. You know, I did this because this is something that I always wanted to do. Right. Growing up in New York, I didn't have the best of relationships as far as interactions with police. And a lot of the younger generation now have not necessarily had bad interactions with police, but because of the media, because of hearing what other people have said, they form their opinions based on that. We're fortunate to have a substantial amount of people who have been in law enforcement who are in our lives outside of HPD.
Okay.
So they get to see both sides of it and put a human figure to the uniform.
Okay. Cool. That's good. So you know we're hiring, right?
She does the hiring.
Yeah, you do the hiring. With your family, we almost could completely fill all the vacancies that we have.
We really could. It's funny you say that. We were having a conversation with Chief Whiteman, and we told him that it might not be HPD, it might be LaCore PD, because you know they all want to. I mean, they're really intrigued.
Yeah,
they are, which we didn't know until he became a police officer. I'm like, now you want to be a police officer?
Right.
I support it. I mean, you know,
No,
bring me your waivers and your background questionnaire.
Right. Yeah.
Copy of your ID. I'll, you know,
Following Dad's footsteps.
There you
That's what
go.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give a young couple? So couples that are already married, law enforcement couples, or someone who's engaged or is dating and they're thinking about getting married. What advice would you give a young couple?
I'll go first. I would say first, create your vision together early, so that you know what path do we want to take,
Okay.
and one that you're on the same page. Make sure that you have a trustworthy support system, because you will need it. Collectively, yes, but individually, you're going to need someone that you can count on, talk to, bounce things off of. Protect your marriage at all costs. Stay open to communication, and have those hard conversations. Those and be transparent. I found that when you don't tiptoe around, how you really feel,
Right.
it does wonders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So don't be nice.
I
Tell
mean,
her how it is.
Exactly.
that what
You
you
can be
said?
nice. You just got to.
But you gotta tell her how it is.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, before you answer, do you tell it how it is?
I'm very bold in my speech.
Yes.
Are you very
He's
bold?
from New York. Yeah, there
Okay,
you
got you. All right.
With me, there's no chaser. It's straightforward.
Okay.
So, and I'm learning to deliver it softer.
Okay. Gotcha.
But the advice I would give is most definitely research what you're getting into. Make sure that you have a sound support system, because with changing schedules, depending on where you are and how far along you go, being on call, and remember that your marriage comes first. The career is there. You can change departments. You can do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that you don't want to have to be faced with is changing a marriage.
Okay.
My
She
wife.
nodded her head yes to that. So you
Not an option, sir.
saying the right thing.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
I approve.
My wife Trish, I lean on her heavily as far as support, and I put the value of our marriage above everything else. Remaining integral in character. Be who you are in uniform as you are outside of uniform. So there's no misconstrued notions of who you actually are.
Okay.
Yeah.
You agree with it? You approve
do.
what he just said?
I do. That's one of the things I love about my husband. He is who he is at work, is who he is at home and at church. He doesn't change. And
Okay.
I'm sure not within this profession, but people, they can be one way in this area and another way in a different area. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Be true to who you are. And integral. Yeah, it goes a long way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So real quick, tell us something fun about the LaCores that no one knows. Nothing fun?
We're
Oh,
both
okay, you about-
we're both twins.
We're both twins,
Really?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm an identical twin,
and I'm a fraternal twin.
and we're both twin A's,
Yeah,
and the other ones are twin
twin
B's.
B's. Yeah, we still call them twin B's.
Okay.
Yeah, you're younger. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, we're both twins. Another fun fact is I'm an evangelist. He's a minister
Okay.
Yeah, at OPM.
at OPM. Yeah. What else?
Yeah, we
OPM,
have-
what is
On
that?
Purpose Ministries.
On Purpose
Okay,
Ministries.
yeah, on Mercury, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
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 Well, how about that? All right. Anything else you think we need to share with our young couples? Any good advice? Anything else?
Keep fighting.
Keep fighting.
Keep fighting for your marriage. Keep fighting for your relationship, as well as studying a profession and becoming proficient at the profession. But don't leave your partner behind. Keep your partner at the forefront of your mind, even as you're climbing the ladder, because inclusion and a marriage makes it about the both of you and the career, and not just singular for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would say hold your expectations loosely, because it's
All right.
I went into with expectation, and not just within law enforcement, but period. Like we both have expectations. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I expected. And
Right.
but really, that's where kind of confusion comes in, or maybe disappointment that maybe shouldn't be there anyway.
Right.
But it's the expectations, That's, like I said, that's in all areas. Yeah, be flexible.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you two for being on this episode.
Thank you very much.
And maybe we'll bring you back again.
Please do.
Just
Yeah.
to see some very good advice you provided.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll bring you back and you can provide some additional advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. So thank you for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank
and
you.
thank you for tuning in to this episode of Unveiled.
Thanks for joining us for Unveiled, a podcast highlighting the extraordinary men and women of the Hampton Police Division. To learn more, check us out on our social media and at hampton.gov/police.